Everybody, David here, and I know it's Monday, but I wanted to put out this live stream because I saw a really good deal, and we actually talked about this yesterday. So I wanted to bring this to you guys. So in the future, when I see good deals on airfare, using your points, whatever it is, I'm going to jump on. I probably won't be a long live stream tonight, but I just want to jump on, share this information with you guys, show you kind of where to go to get it, and then we'll do some Q&A, and then we'll go. But I always see deals, and when I see deals, I always want to at least let you guys know about them. I'm not really interested in going to this destination, but I still think I still think it's a good place to go. So you guys might want to check that out. Now, I won't start it right this second. We'll give it a little bit of time for a few people to get in here. When you come in, just let me know that you're here. Just say hi. And also, if you don't mind, just let me know where you're coming from, what state, what part of the U.S., or if you're in another country, let me know. So this is, like I said, impromptu. I usually do my live streams on Sunday, but I do want to jump on from time to time when I see good deals. And most of the deals, usually they're not using points. A lot of the deals are just they're cash deals, so that works out as well for a lot of people, because not everyone has points and not everyone knows how to use points. So we should always look at some of the different opportunities that are out there. So like I said, we'll wait a couple of minutes just for a few more people to come in, and then we'll get going with the stream. If you guys can hear me, let me know. Just by saying yes, I can hear you. If there's any issues, like you don't see me for whatever reason, or I freeze up, just let me know as well, so I can fix that on my end. So far, yesterday's stream was pretty good. I didn't really have too many issues. I had one little hiccup, but I'm getting better. I'm getting better with the streams, because before it was really bad where I would get dropped, or if you look at some of mine, I don't want to take the streams down because I've had them up for a while. So how you doing, Nika? How you doing, Big A? Frank, how you doing? Yeah, I don't want to take them down. Like, I have some older ones that I had to try to figure out. I had this ticker at the bottom of my screen, and I was having some issues with that. What's going on, Martin? Yeah, I was having issues with that ticker because it would go across, and then when I played video, for whatever reason, the video and the audio would be off sync, and it was horrible, and it was brutal for me to watch, but I didn't want to erase it because I just thought that some of the content was good and valuable, so that's why I left it on there. But it irks me every time I see that video, because there's a couple of them actually. So I want to get to the point where I really fine tune everything. I would like to play video of places that I've been and stuff like that. Not necessarily like edited video, but just video. Because what I like to do a lot now is I like to just slap a little GoPro camera. Or I don't have a GoPro, but a Sony action camera on the hood of the taxi, and then just go. And I know that that's a little dangerous, especially in certain areas. Colombia is a big place where you really don't want to do that, but I kind of have it all set up now where I'll have it on the hood. So it's a magnet. This magnet's pretty tough. It takes a lot of force to pull it off, but I'll have the magnet on there, and then I'll have a little, they have these security, call them like I don't even know what it's like. It's metal, but it's really thin, but it's really strong. And I just tie that around the actual tripod, the little magnet tripod, and just pull it around into the car. So if someone was trying to pull it, they're gonna have to pull really hard in order to get it. A lot of times what happens in Colombia is you'll have guys on motorcycles, and you'll have the guy actually driving the motorcycle, and then you'll have his accomplice on the back, and he's the one that's going to grab stuff. So if you ever go, and this goes for a lot of different countries too, but if you're ever in a country like that, And I love Colombia. Colombia is very safe, but you just have to be aware. Like you can't be, if you're a tourist, you can't just be not paying attention to your stuff. And one of the things that a lot of people like to do, and I myself like to do this, is you lean out the window, you hold your phone out, you're doing a video or you're taking pictures or what have you, and someone will come by on a motorcycle and snatch that phone and they're gone. And there's nothing that the taxi driver can do because they're on a motorcycle, so they're just weaving in and out of lanes and they're gone. And in some cities, like Cartagena, which I just found this out yesterday, a buddy of mine told me this, they won't let you can't ride two to a motorcycle. It has to be one person. And that's the reason for that, because you had a lot of people, and like in Cartagena, it's very, you have tourists all over the old city. And so around that area, they won't let you ride two to a motorcycle. You can only ride one because you had people just riding by on their motorcycle and just grabbing stuff. So you have to be aware. And in certain situations, like I was talking about the little camera that I put on the hood, it's an action camera. I'm telling you, if it got stolen, it got stolen. It's not that big of a deal. It's not. I've had that thing for so long that if I did lose it, it would bother me the fact that someone stole it, but it wouldn't be like losing my phone or like losing my wallet or something like that, something more valuable. So just be aware. But Colombia, by far, is my favorite destination out of all the places I've been to. I'm just kind of telling you, it's the same way. I went to Thailand. Thailand's the same way. All the different countries, even think of it this way, even in the U.S., it's the same way. So if you're in the U.S. and you're a tourist, there are people out here, Americans, that are looking to victimize tourists, and they'll go out and they're looking for things to steal, and they'll steal your phone and all that good stuff. So it happens everywhere. One good thing too about Colombia, and I know I talk about Colombia a lot, but I really like the place. One good thing about Colombia is you have police officers everywhere. Everywhere. Every city that I've gone to, you have police officers, a large number of police officers. They're not in cars like kind of like in the U.S. In most major cities you'll have, or most cities period, they'll be on patrol in a vehicle. And like New York, they do have some officers that are walking the streets. But when you're in Colombia, they're all over the streets. They have motorcycles. They do have vehicles. Most of them are on motorcycles. But they'll just park the motorcycle and they're just going to walk around in the tourist areas. Any highly populated area, condensed populated area, like the soccer games and like in Cartagena, you have the old town, Cartagena, the walled city. They're just going to be there walking around. And when I say a lot of them, pretty much everywhere you look, you're going to see police presence everywhere. So that's a good thing. Medellin is the same way. Everywhere you look, you're going to see police presence, and they're very friendly. Like they're the opposite of my experience when I was in Paris. When I went to Paris, it was a totally different situation. Like you literally had military walking the streets, and I went to some small cities. I went to can't remember. It's actually not even a small city. It's actually a part of Paris, and this is a real small town. And you had these military officers with their, I don't even know what they were carrying. It was an assault rifle, but they're walking back and forth, and they're just doing that. And there's 4 of them. So you got 2 in the front, 2 in the back, and it's kind of scary to see that because you're thinking, is something going on? Because like in the U.S., we usually don't see military walking around unless like something's really going down if you see military walking around. But they had military there. The police officers were there, like in Paris. But they weren't very friendly. Like the police officers in Colombia, my experience, they're very friendly to tourists, and they're always out and about. So that's a good thing. All right, so enough about that. Let's see who's in the chat real quick. And if you guys have questions or anything, you can go ahead and post those. And we're going to talk about this deal real quick, just so we can get that out of the way, and then we'll talk a little bit more about that. So actually, let's talk about the deal first, and then we'll go into the chat. That's a little bit better. That way, if you guys came here to listen to what the deal is, you'll find out. and then you can go on your way. Or you can stay and hang out with us. Okay, so let's pull this out here. Okay, and if you guys are here, hit the like button for me, please. That way we can push the video up and have more people looking at it, or more people seeing that it's out, that I'm open, or what am I trying to say? More people seeing that I'm live, so they can jump in and join the party. All right. Let's see. Okay. I think it's that one. All right. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, one of the sites that I go to all the time is Boarding Area. Okay, and I actually have it. It's like one of my automatic. I have Google Chrome, so it's one of the sites that automatically opens up when I hit my browser. And Boarding Area is a really good site. I'm not being paid by them or anything. I'm not being endorsed, or there's no connection between me and them. But I do like looking at their blogs. So what it is it's kind of a portal for all these different blogs that are out. And so I saw this deal today, and I see deals all the time, but I don't really talk about them because I don't, if I want it, if I'm interested in it, then I look into it, but I don't really talk about it in my live streams. I want to start doing that more. So like I said, when I see stuff, I'm going to jump on it and say, hey, look, check this out. This looks like it's a pretty good deal. So we talked about Iceland yesterday. There were some people that were interested in going to Iceland. I can't remember exactly who it was. I think, was it Nika has been there before? I can't remember, but I know we talked about it. So I just wanted to pull this deal up for you guys to see. So this is, and like I said, you have Boarding Area as a portal, and then it has all these different blogs in here. So Points, Miles, and Martinis, that's this blog here. And sure enough, look, they put deal alert here. New York to Iceland on Delta, $262. So that's a really good price. That's an economy seat. And one of the things, and they show you here, and I'm going to pull up Google Flights too, just to show you guys. And this is a really good deal. If you're interested in going to Iceland, I think this is something that, if I were at the point right now, I'm thinking, yeah, I don't want to go to Iceland, I would jump on this. But I just don't have it in my plans for this year. So it's going to probably have to wait. But let's take a look at Google Flights, because we can look at a little bit more information on it. So the article, let me post this in the chat if I can. I don't think hopefully it's not too big. Let's see. Oh yeah, it doesn't meet it's too big for me to actually post it. Why do they make them so big? The link is too big. Let's see what we can do with that. What's that thing called? Google is shortener. Okay, yeah, there you go. Oh, great. Found. All right, you guys are watching me mess this up in front of you. I don't know. Oh, there it is. Okay, good. I'm just going to shorten the URL for you guys real quick so I can share it with you guys. All right, that looks like it's good. All right, there's the link. So that's the link to the article. And it does say on the article, there are certain dates that they're kind of putting out here: March, April, May, June, August, September. So those are the times that they found better deals. Okay, so let's go on Google Flights real quick. I just want to show you, if you guys have never used Google Flights before, it's something that you should use. If you're paying cash for airfare, then you should definitely get on here and look. So basically, all you do is, we're on the site, New York City. I always click all airports, and then we're going to Iceland, and we'll put all airports here. Okay, and then let's move the date. I saw May was available, so let's push it out to May. Let's just see what comes up here. Well, one thing you do see, even before I click any dates, can I move this up? I can't. Oh, I clicked on it. Let's see. Okay, so you see, before I even click any dates, it shows you all these different prices here. So you can get an idea of, okay, well, maybe not May, but March. Let's see in March. March, $285. I can fly out there on the 29th if I want to do that. And that's like I mean, that's what, a month away, so it's not too far. The 30th is 275 on the 25th, 265 on the 31st. So you see there's some really good deals. And they're all relatively cheap. 230 right there. That's really good. So I don't know what the weather is like. I don't know how the weather is in Iceland right now. I mean, I don't know how bad it is. So that might have something to do with the reason that it's so cheap. But it's still a trip to Iceland if you wanted to jump on it. Now, I live in Los Angeles, so I would obviously have to get to New York in order to book this flight. And you can be really creative on how you do that. So let's say I have $200 or $300 to spend. Well, what I would do is I would spend the $300 to book this flight out of New York, and then I would use points to get to New York. And then I can use points and then only spend $260 or $270, go to Iceland and back, and that would be a good trip for me. So let me open up, I just want to open up one, let's just say May 13th, that looks good. It's like $240. And then we'll come back on the 22nd. We're just making up dates here. Okay. So what I like about this is it pretty much lays everything out for you. Of course, it's going to be on WOW Air. I did see some other deals that were close to WOW. WOW is very an economy airline. I saw some others that were close. It wasn't quite that date, so we'll just leave it we'll leave it the way it is here. But one thing that I really like about Google, and I know other sites probably do the same thing, but I like the fact that you can. Okay, now I'm not seeing it. Where is you can pull up a map here. I don't even see the map. Okay, let's go back. You can pull up a map and you can actually look at all the different places around that area. Here's your map here, but I don't know why it didn't. It should have given me. Oh, here we go. It should have given me an actual map when I pulled it up. Usually it does that. I think maybe I missed it. Iceland. Okay. If I search. All right, I don't see my map. Where's my map? Where's my map? Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, I don't see the map. This is going to bug me now. What's up here? That's not going to do anything. Explore map. There you go. All right, so you can pull up the map here, and from New York, let's just move out. I should keep the map here. That's what I want it to do. Ah, it keeps going away. This is, oh God. When you're trying to do stuff live, it never always works out. It never works out the way you want it. Airports, no, that's not what I want. All right. Yeah, that's. So what I was trying to do is just show you guys on the map, but we'll do it this way. It'll work. Okay, actually, no, that's Lagos. Never mind. Okay. The good thing about this is I can pull up a map, and let's say I'm flying from New York. Now I can look at all these different areas to see, okay, how much are plane tickets from New York to overseas somewhere. So that's what I was trying to pull up. And you'll see, like you would think that the closest place to you would be cheaper than a place that's further away. But it's not always the case. So you can kind of get a real good idea. So if you don't really know where you want to travel to, but you're thinking, oh, you know what, I want to go somewhere, I just don't know where, then you can start looking at the prices and say, okay, well, to London, it's $466. Copenhagen's $497. And these are a lot further away than this Punta Delgada. So they're just, it has so much information on here. It's really good for you to check out. as far as getting deals and stuff like that on airfare. So here's Iceland. You see it's $600 there. I don't know where the other one was because it's not showing up right now. Where did we say? Actually, we were going to fly here. Oh, it's the dates. That's what it is. It's the dates. So if we move the dates, move into May. Let's do May 1st. That's a good date. And then we'll return on the 8th. That's good. Let's see if this keeps my map up. Okay, yeah, it does keep the map. All right, so $265 if you want to fly in May. So it's just, I mean, it's an amazing, amazing portal to use if you're going to look for travel. That's pretty much what I wanted to show you guys today. But yeah, if you guys are interested in Iceland, I would jump on it. I've never flown on WOW Air before, but I I would imagine it's probably okay. Like I'm hoping. I haven't heard any real bad stories about WOW Air. I do know they are cheaper than a lot of different airlines, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they're bad. Just like bad quality. Just like you have Southwest and you have JetBlue. Those are both, I think, good air carriers, and they have a really good reputation. But you can get some really good deals with them. All right, let's look at the chat here. Let's see what we have going on. Let's start from the top, work our way down. Okay, Pariah, what's going on? David, how you doing? Sean, what's going on? Weekend Roamers, what's up? I'm planning for Colombia last week in March. All right, cool. Yeah, I'll be there the first week in March into like the 11th. I'm coming back home on the 11th. But I will be going back out there. Yeah, I'm going to be going back out there probably, well, for sure in August of this year. They have like a flower festival. So I'm trying to go to all the different little festivals and different things that they have. That way I can document it, get video footage of it. And I'm really trying to work out some deals with some different people out there to do some more long-ended, like documentary style videos. All right. Anybody get any new cars lately? David's asking that. Let's see. I don't know. Colombia doesn't seem like an interesting spot. So that's Pariah saying it doesn't seem like an interesting spot. Colombia. It is very interesting. You just have to go. You go once and I guarantee you you'll want to go back, just because there's just so much that there's so much to see out there. The people are very, very friendly, and it's a very family-oriented country. It's a nice place. The food is pretty good. Yeah, I'm telling you, if you go there, you'll probably want to go back. If it's your first trip, I would recommend going to Medellin, just because it's a lot. The weather is nice all year round. It's about 75 to 80 degrees all year round, and they have a lot of different things to see in Medellin, as well as some of the other cities. Bogota, it gets really cold there. You're at high elevation, so you might not really want to do that. And then if you go down to some of the coastal cities like Cartagena or what's the other one? Barranquilla, which I'm going to Barranquilla. It's very humid. It's very hot and humid. It's kind of like Florida weather. So you need to be prepared for that. I'm not really a big fan of that, but I'm going to Barranquilla this time. The main reasons for the carnival, but yeah, it's a very, very nice city, or nice country. So let's see. And Pariah, just check out my channel, because I will be putting up videos starting this week, really, on Saturday and Sunday. Or I'll start on Saturday and put out videos, and maybe it'll change your mind about the country. Plus, I have some other YouTuber friends that are going to be there as well at Carnival, and they'll be putting up videos as well, so you can check out theirs. And I have to figure out how we're going to do all this stuff, but we'll be putting links together and everything so everyone can see, the people that I'm out there with, some of the other YouTubers. All right, let's see, especially in San Francisco, tourists get robbed all the time. That's Weekend Roamers saying that. Yeah, it happens everywhere. I mean, we're when you're a tourist, you're a target, and people do try to take advantage of you. I don't care what country you're in; it's the same thing. I've been to Colombia 3 times already, and I've never had any issues, never had any problems at all. I I thought I lost my camera one day, but it was a funny story. But I don't know where my head was at. I think we had just gotten in that day, so I was a little tired from flying in and all that. So we go up to the hotel room. We were in Cartagena. We go up to the hotel room. We took a shower and got ready to go out for the night. And so we go out and we get in a cab and we go down to the walled city, which we were staying in Boca Grande, which is it's kind of like it's like a Miami feel where you have all these high-rise buildings and it's right on the water. So we went to the walled city, which is very close to us, probably maybe 5 minutes away. And so we get out of the cab, and for whatever reason, I do this all the time. When I'm traveling, I'm always touching my pockets, and like I know where my stuff is supposed to be, so I'm always making sure it's there, especially when I get out of a cab. So that's what I'm doing. I'm touching, and I've already gotten out of the cab. My buddy got out of the cab, and the cab is leaving, and I'm touching to make sure I have everything. And for whatever reason, I'm thinking, where's my camera? I had this little tiny camera, it's kind of like a point and shoot, but it's a good camera because it has a little flip screen, so you can do vlogging and stuff. And I'm thinking, where's my phone? Or where's my camera? And I panic, and the guy's already driving off. And so he's far away. Like he's probably at this point, he's probably about 25 yards away, but he's still driving. And so I take off running. This is funny. I take off running to try to catch up to him and like wave so he could see me in his rearview mirror. Well, it didn't work. And I just got like weird looks especially from the police officers that were there. They're like looking at me like, what's going on with this guy? And so taxi drives off. And we're already out, so I'm like, whatever. So I'm thinking to myself, man, I just lost my camera. So I was sad the rest of the night. So we were out, we went to dinner and all that, and I'm sad the rest of the night just thinking, dang, I lost that camera. Now what am I going to do? Like I had other cameras, but I wanted to use that one a lot because it's small. You can put it in my pocket. And so I started thinking, and I'm thinking to myself, did I bring the camera or did I just leave it on the desk in the hotel, in the room? And I'm thinking, I don't remember. And I couldn't remember, and I'm just thinking, I hope I left it on the desk. So I get back to the hotel room. Sure enough, I left it on the desk. So I felt I felt stupid, but it happens sometimes. I had a video actually. I think it's still, I think that video is up it's a video I did a while ago, but about Cartagena and how I lost it. I'm running down the street trying to catch a cab. Yeah, that's not gonna work. All right. Yeah, but the people, yeah, tourists get robbed all the time. Or I shouldn't say robbed. That's a bad word. Because robbing would actually mean that someone's holding you up with a weapon, or they're threatening your life or threatening you, so you can give them something. So it's more like people have things stolen from them all the time in other countries. People get robbed too, don't get me wrong, but that's not as common as either someone leaving something somewhere and then someone grabbing it quick, or someone just picking your pocket or taking something from you when you're not looking. Okay, David. Okay, so David got robbed at gunpoint. Alone in the broad daylight, 10 a.m. on the main street in Johannesburg, South Africa. Yeah, Johannesburg, there's some issues in Johannesburg. I've heard several people say that it's not the safest place to be. There was a YouTuber that got robbed. They went in his Airbnb. Him and his buddies were in there. It's Jabril. I think he is Passport Heavy is his name of his channel. And they went in there, and he thinks it was a setup. And I guess this is something else you have to kind of think about too when it comes to Airbnbs. You get that Airbnb, and he thinks that the people were in on it. Like you get the Airbnb, and the people who rented him the Airbnb were all were thinking, hey, you know what? These guys have a lot of camera equipment. They have all this stuff. We should come in there. We should have someone come in there and rob them, and then split the proceeds. So yeah, that's what they did. They went into the Airbnb and robbed them, took all their stuff, and took off. So, and I don't remember if he said that they got their stuff back, but because there was like it was just too. There was something going on where they knew the people, or someone knew the people and told them, and then the police investigated and all that. So they might have gotten some of their stuff back. Okay, weekend roamers. Oh wow, David. Yeah, that's crazy, David, to get robbed at gunpoint. And anytime that's a situation you get robbed, just give them what you have. I mean, it's not worth your life. And you have to understand too, that person that's robbing you is probably just as scared as you are. So you don't want to do anything to make them shoot or what have you. You know, they're probably just as scared as you are. There are certain things that you can do to prepare or not to prepare yourself, but to protect yourself. Like I carry a lot of expensive camera gear when I travel, but I have it all insured. So if I'm in a situation and I'm out there, like I'll be out in Colombia this week, I'll have my camera gear out. Like I'll have my camera out, and it's, you know, I have some pretty big lenses and stuff, so it stands out. And if someone wants to rob me, yeah, I'm not going to put up a fight. I mean, it's insured. I can get reimbursed for it. So it's a big deal because of the footage that I would have on it. That's what I'd be more concerned about. But it's not the end of the world. All right, Pariah. Let's see. Lefala, don't care about going to South Africa either. Now, I do want to go to South Africa. I've heard some really good things about South Africa as far as beautiful country. But it's just Johannesburg. I have heard some mixed reviews about Johannesburg. And that's, you know, you say that. I've never been there, but it's like everywhere. It's like everywhere. I don't care where you are. You're going to have issues. You're going to have cities. You're going to have parts of the city that might not be the best place to be out at night and things like that. That's pretty much anywhere you go. Okay. Reckless Rican, what's going on? Let's see. Where do you want to go, Pariah? Weekend Roamers. It's Man, Nika. Okay, left alone. Cops in Paris walk around with AR-15s. Kind of caught me off guard. Yeah, Pariah, that was my same feeling too. And everywhere you go in the airport, this is another thing that really kind of like, you go in the airport and you have military walking around with AR-15s. Just, I mean. For us, like I'm used to seeing police officers at airports, and you have other federal agents that are at airports and walking around with the handgun, but very rarely do you see like military walking through. And so when you see that, when you're in Paris and you see that, and granted they've had some issues as of late, but when you see that, it really kind of like you're looking like, okay, you guys see this? They got AR-15, and like I said, every time that I saw them, the military guys, you got two in the front, two in the back. So one's, I mean, they're all tactical. Like it's anywhere that I saw them, they're all tactical. Even like I said, I was in a small town, and when I say small town, there was like very few people around. Like when I was out, and the main reason I was there, I wanted to get some real nice landscape pictures. And this is like an old city, like the oldest city or the oldest town in Paris. And so we're walking around, I'm walking around, and there's not very many people around. And you see these military officers just walking around. And there's one here, there's one right here, and then there's one here, and then there's one right there. And they're on a swivel. They're just looking back and forth, and they're just walking. It's yeah. It kind of will. It'll make you like step back and say, is something going on that I don't know about? All right. There's always a deal at Iceland. Go to wildair.com and see what they have. Okay. Let's see. Pariah, most Asian countries. I think my dollar will go further over there. Um, so did I miss something in there? Say most Asian countries, I think, a dollar go. Yeah, it depends on where you want to go in Asia because there are some countries that are a little more expensive. Thailand is definitely one of the places that's very reasonable. Your dollar goes a long way there. That if someone's interested in going to an Asian country and affordable place to go, Thailand is definitely one, and beautiful. Thailand's a really beautiful country. Let's see. I was hearing Wow Air was kind of in trouble. Not 100% sure though. Well, yeah, they might be, but they're still giving out good deals. So that's good. Let's see. Post the link. I think I posted it to you guys, right? Oh, here we go. Yeah, you guys saw it. Hopefully you guys can get it. If you have any issues with the link, just let me know. To Delta, Iceland, I purchased. David, not really sure. Iceland is expensive as hell. Be prepared. Yeah, I don't know anything about Iceland as far as how much or how expensive they are. But Pariah says they're pretty expensive. Getting my computer. Iceland fly sounds interesting to me too. Where's Waller? Always got deals. Book a trip to Europe. Get a free layover in Iceland. Oh, that would be nice. So Weekend Roamers is saying if you fly Wild Air, if you can get a real good deal where you can fly and get like a layover in Iceland, and then go to Europe from there. Yeah, that would be nice. Do a layover, maybe stay there a day. United, like I tell you guys, United they have stopovers, which is a really good perk. If you can get it for not have to use points, because sometimes you'll have to use points. But if you do a stopover, you can do a stopover for 3, 4 days, 5 days if you want. So you can fly somewhere, do a stopover for 3 or 4 days, and then go to your destination, and then come back from your destination home. So let's see. Sorry I'm late. What's going on, Walker? Let me get my computer out. I've been to Lagos too. Weekend Roamers saying that. Anyone ever been to Minneapolis? No, I've never been to Minneapolis. Okay, hold on. All right, David. Yeah, I heard Spirit flies there too. Flies where? To Minneapolis? I don't fly to Iceland, I don't think. 2,500 off peak. Spirit to Iceland. Let's all book a flight. Yeah, I don't know. I guess Walker would know if they flew to Iceland. Let's see. Oh yes, Iceland. This guy's learning something. Walker. Wow, air is like sport. Spirit.com. Okay, my wife and I went to Iceland last September from Dallas, around $700 for 2 tickets. Wow, that's really good. $700 for 2 tickets, guys. Everything costs double than the U.S. Gas is around $7.50 a gallon, and food at restaurants are double the cost. Wow. So this is a good place to go just for like a day or 2 days, just to get a feel for Iceland and say you've been to Iceland. I'm sure they have some pretty good, some pretty nice attractions there that you can go to, but it doesn't seem like this is one of those places where you want to stay a long period of time because you're going to be paying a lot for a hotel stay, and for food it seems like it's ridiculous, and then the gas, that's amazing, $7.50. Okay, what's going on, that guy? Got to check out Iceland if you like beautiful non-city scenery. Yeah, I would think that their landscapes are really, really beautiful. Kyle, what's going on? Iceland is beautiful, though lots of beautiful scenery. Let's see. That guy. It's a very photogenic country. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. You guys are making me want to look up more info on it now. With that price tag. It's easy for me to want to go there. Like, I mean, I can think of that being, I mean, that's a round trip ticket, $265. I can think of flying somewhere else, being there for however long, flying back to New York and then catching a flight up to Iceland for a couple of days or 3 days. Let's see. Can't be worse than Spirit. All right, people are starting to bash Spirit. Okay. Pariah, go to the Philippines. Yeah, you know, the Philippines is a destination that I want to go to as well. I'm just, because I know they have some really beautiful islands there. And like this Palawan Islands. Yeah, I definitely want to go there at some point. What's up, Walker and Dave? All right. Hey, that guy did great today. Fired through. Okay, let's keep on moving here. Oh yeah, what's the scoop? That's me again for help. Okay, I want to go to Peru. I have a couple of bucket lists. Yeah, I want to go to Peru as well. That's Pariah saying that. Machu Picchu, I think a lot of people who like to travel at least want to go there and hike up Machu Picchu. Let's see. That guy almost got pickpocketed in Paris years ago. They always do teamwork, so it's best to watch out for the tricksters. So that guy saying that he almost got pickpocketed in Paris. There was only one time when I was in Paris that I felt like no one was pickpocketing me, but I felt like this is the perfect opportunity for them to pickpocket me, because I mean, you get on the subways, and I was taking the subway a lot, and in most situations the subway is it's not empty, but there are people there, but you have your space, your personal space. There was one time that I was coming back from like the central, like Paris, and I was going back to my hotel, and I was in the subway, and I was in the car, in the metro car, whatever you call it, and then people came in. There was a bunch of people that came in, and we were just sardines in there. Just everybody's all up against each other. And I usually carry on my it's like a messenger bag style camera bag. And I like that because I can flip it around on my back if I'm just walking, there's no one around me. But if someone does get close, I can flip it around so it's like in front of me. And it's a good bag in the sense that it's hard to get in. Like it's not, there's a flap where you can just flip up and grab stuff, but that's just one compartment. But like your camera equipment, everything, it's zipped in. Then you also have these two little handles that there's a little snap on it. You can button the handles together. So if someone were to get in, they really have to do some work. So I had that, and so everybody just gets all up close to you. And so I had it in front of me, so it was still in front of me. So if someone was trying to grab my camera gear, I could see them. But the thing is, just your pockets and all that stuff, I recommend. And after this, I really kind of started changing up the way that I carry my stuff. Now, like back then, I would carry stuff in my pockets. And even now, like depending on the situation, I'll carry stuff in my pocket. Usually it's going to be my left pocket. That's kind of the way that's just the way that I carry stuff. But if I'm going to an area and I know it's going to be busy, like a lot of people, or if I'm in that area already and I see that there's a lot of people, I will usually take out and usually I have my wallet, which I have a little money clip. That's all I carry. I don't carry a wallet. So my money clip and my phone, and I put it in my shirt, like my shirt pockets. I usually wear shirts like this. And then I have and this is probably gonna mess the mic up a little bit, but I have a little pocket in here as well. This is a Velcro one. I have another shirt that it's actually a zipper, but I can put stuff deep down in there, so it's all the way in, and it's secure in there. Most people when they're grabbing stuff, especially if you're in a subway, they're gonna be down here trying to grab stuff. They're not going to be up here, and if they are, you're going to feel that they're up there. They're right in front. You should feel they're right in front of you. So that's generally what I do. So I don't wear these shirts all the time, but when I'm traveling, like when it's travel day, when it's getting in the airport, that kind of stuff, I always wear this shirt, or not this one particular, but I wear a shirt like this, just because of that. And this one is an older one. I have some newer ones, and these are just like tactical shirts, like a military shirt kind of. And I have the the other one that I wear has that zipper, like I was telling you. So when I have my passport and all that stuff on me, I have my passport in that little zipper compartment, and it just makes it easy. If I'm sitting on the plane and for whatever reason I need to pull out my passport in order to fill out information, you know, the declaration information, all that stuff you fill out. So all I need to do is pull it out of there. I don't have to worry about pulling stuff out of my pockets. So that's generally how I go about that. And I try to carry as least amount of stuff as possible when I travel. Even when I'm in the country walking around, I try to carry the least amount of stuff as possible. But that stuff does happen, yeah, that's for sure. All right, let's see, where are we here? I want to go to Peru. Okay, we talked about that. We talked about that. The food in Peru is amazing. Yeah, I want to eat the food in Peru. Okay, so I'm big on this, and I don't even know if it's in Peru, but it's in Southern California. There's a restaurant there's a couple of restaurants I like to go to, Peruvian restaurants, and they have this lomo saltado, and it is just, it doesn't sound appetizing. And the first time that I went to the restaurant, I was with some coworkers, and we go in there, and they've eaten there before, and they're all about, yeah, get this lomo saltado. And I said, well, what is it? And it's like steak and like vegetables and French fries. So you have the French fries are mixed all into the steak and the vegetables and all that. And I'm just like, no, I don't think I want to get that. So the first time that I went there, I didn't get it. But then the next time that we went, I was like, you know what? I'm going to try this because they keep talking about this stuff. I want to try it. I want to see what it's like. And so I got it, and it's really good. It's really good. It doesn't sound like it's good with French fries in it. Like, I mean, I like French fries, but I don't like French fries with, well, I do like this, but I generally don't think of having French fries with my food, like inside of like the rest of my food. I usually think of having it on the side, like, you know, so it's all, you don't want to get it all soggy and stuff like that, but it's good. So if they have lomo saltado in Peru, then I'm gonna eat the heck out of that when I go there. Yeah, let's see. Want to visit Seven Wonders of the World. Machu Picchu is a must-see. Yes, I agree with you, Pariah. Let's see. I didn't care so much about getting robbed. I gladly gave my stuff. Okay, this is David talking about getting robbed. It just happened within the first hour of my 25-day trip. Oh, wow, that's crazy. Flew home the next day? Oh, man. Yeah, that's really bad. Another thing that I do too, it's hard when you're coming from the airport or if you just get there, but because you have everything on you. But once I get to my hotel room, I only bring a few things with me when I go out. So like I told you, I have a little money clip. That's what I use. It's not really a little money clip, but it has like where you can put credit cards in there as well as put money on it if you want. And so what I normally do is I'll have that, and I'll have like my ID, like my California ID, and then I'll have a credit card and my debit card, and then I'll have whatever little cash that I'm carrying with me. I generally don't carry that much cash. And then I'll have it in that money clip, and that's it. Now the rest of my credit cards and the other stuff that I have, I will leave it in the hotel room. I'll put it in the safe if they have a safe, or I'll just hide it somewhere. I've heard of people do some crazy things with like hiding, hiding it in the trash. Like, you know, you go to a hotel, they have the trash bin in the bathroom. So putting it underneath the plastic in the trash bin. Yeah, I've heard some pretty interesting. Obviously, the maid goes there though. So, but if it's empty, I guess the maid probably wouldn't change it out, right? If it's empty. So maybe just don't put any trash in there, but have it underneath there. But I've heard of some creative, if you guys have heard of some creative places to hide stuff in your hotel room just so to keep people from stealing it. Like I guess we're talking about the maid service when they come in, from stealing it. Or if someone comes into your room. Airbnb is another thing. You know, I like Airbnbs, don't get me wrong, but just things that you think about when you rent an Airbnb. Like, are you the only one that has the key? How do you know that? Yeah, I mean, I know you have the Superhost, and that's generally what I'll go with, the Superhost, because they have more of a reputation as far as on Airbnb. But just little things you think about, like you don't want to be, you don't want someone coming in there and taking all your stuff. And one of my, like I'm going to, when I'm going to Colombia, I'm going by myself, but I'm meeting up with some YouTubers and some other people out there. Like we have kind of like we've created a travel group basically, which is really cool. And this all evolved from one YouTuber, and we got on there. And I watch his channel all the time. It's This is Ace Live. That's the name of his channel, and really good, really, down to earth dude. I mean, I've never met him, but I'll be meeting him on this trip. So anyway, we all kind of got together, or he got everyone together like on WhatsApp as like a group. And so the group of people that are interested in Colombia and some people that are actually going out for Carnival. And we've been in this group. I've been in the group for the last like 2 or 3 weeks. But it's a lot of fun because we're just on there talking about just experiences in Colombia and all that. But one of the guys was on there and he was talking and he was really, really upset because he booked his Airbnb in advance, way in advance. So we got a good deal on his Airbnb. Now, he's going to be in Barranquilla, and that's where Carnival is. And so a week before, he's going to be there in a week, he just got notified from Airbnb, not from Airbnb, from the host where he was booking the apartment, and they told him, sorry, sir, but what did they say? I don't know if they told him the apartment wasn't available or they told him something, but he wasn't going to be able to rent the apartment. And I never really thought about this, but some other people chimed in and said, it's kind of common. They do that. So what a host will do is, if you book the room, or book the apartment, then they'll wait until right before, if it's a large event that's happening, they'll wait until right before that event happens, and they have like a week, I think, in order where they can cancel, and there's no I don't know, there's no strike or no repercussion on them or what have you. But anyway, they cancel it, and now they open it back up. And when they open it back up, they're charging 3-4 times as much because now it's a last minute booking for whoever wants to get in there. So now they can make more money by doing that. And so I didn't really think about things like that, but it's shady, very shady. And so he was all upset. He was able to get it. I think he was able to actually get, I don't know how he did this. He's probably going to be further away from Carnival. Like he probably won't be in the same location, but he was able to get another Airbnb for a little less by doing that. Because basically Carnival is kind of one strip of Barranquilla, so you can still stay on the outskirts and get some pretty good deals. But if you want to be close to the Carnival, you're going to pay a little bit more. Actually, a lot more. All right. Let's see, where are we? I don't care much for getting robbed. I'm glad he gave us stuff. Yeah. Yeah, I read this earlier, but yeah, David, that's a bad deal, especially if you're planning on staying there for 25 days and now you kind of have to change your plans because all your stuff is gone. And one thing about credit cards, and I have not done this. Yeah, I haven't done this yet out of the country. I've done it here, where you lose, like travel credit cards. You lose your travel credit card, and you call them up and tell them that you lost your credit card. They can send it to you like next day in a lot of situations. Now I don't know if that is going to apply if it's out of the country. It's probably going to take a little bit longer, but they can get you a card relatively fast. So if you do lose your card or it's stolen or something like that, you do have you could get a card back relatively quickly. All right, Pariah, getting robbed is a definite trip cancel event. Yeah. Let's see, jewelry, anything fancy looking is a no-no to wear in poor population destinations. Goodness, I have some horrible stories using horrible stories, seeing things go down. Yeah, and that guy's just saying that, yeah, you shouldn't wear like flashy jewelry and stuff like that. I don't even do it in the States. Like I don't wear anything fancy like that. And as far as clothes, I mean, depending on where you're going. Like I like to dress nice. Like I'm not gonna dress all, hobo looking, but yeah, you don't want to draw attention to yourself. And Colombia's in Colombia, and this is something I didn't know. So the first time that I went 10 years ago, we were staying in well, actually we went to Bogota first, and then we went to Cartagena. We were in Cartagena for the majority of our trip, like 6 days. And so I'm thinking, like any American, what do you do if you're going to go to a coastal community? You wear shorts and you wear flip-flops. Well, Cartagena, you can kind of get away with it there because it's a little more accepted because it is coastal. But even in other cities, when I traveled to other cities, I still bring shorts and flip-flops for certain, yeah, pretty much. I'll bring them. Colombia is not one of those places where you want to do that for the most part. Like if you go to Medellin, you don't wear shorts, you don't wear flip-flops. Even though the weather is 75, 80 degrees, you don't wear shorts or flip-flops. That makes you stand out. That people will look at that and say, oh, he's an American or he's European, so he probably has money. Let's see if we can't take something from him or what have you. And I'm not saying that that's their whole mind frame and they're all thinking like that, but I'm just saying if you don't wear flashy jewelry because that draws attention to yourself, and you also want to dress kind of like the locals dress. So if the locals don't wear shorts, then you probably don't want to wear shorts because you'll just stand out, is what I'm saying. So that, yeah, so the first time that I went, I was wearing shorts and flip-flops. And for the most part in Cartagena, depending on where you are, like we were staying right on the water, like right by the sand, right by the beach. That's acceptable because there are a lot of people, if you're going to the beach or you're going to a pool or swimming and that kind of stuff, it's acceptable to wear shorts and flip-flops. But if you're anywhere away from the water, you probably shouldn't be wearing shorts and flip-flops. And the funny thing is, there are a few friends that are up in Barranquilla right now, and they said, yeah, people do wear shorts and flip-flops. Barranquilla there's water there too. It's coastal. There's beaches there. So, all right, let's see. Do you take the fries and everything? Do you like ceviche? So that guy's asking me here. He's saying, yeah, there's fries and everything, and he's asking me if I like ceviche. I do like ceviche. I haven't had it in a while though, but I do like ceviche. Let's see. Vincent, how you doing? Can you speak on Avianca versus Copa? I can't, but let's see. Haven't heard great things about Avianca. Okay. So I can't speak on them because I haven't flown on Avianca yet. I've flown on Copa before, but not Avianca. But in this trip, I will be flying on Copa and I'll be flying on Avianca. So I should be able to, I don't like doing reviews at night. My flight out is going to be at night. And the reason I don't like doing a review, like video footage at night, it's just the footage doesn't look as good. When it's daytime, there's a lot more light and it's just easier it just looks better. So when I get on the plane, when I'm leaving, it's going to be nighttime, so I won't have good footage of that. But once I get to Panama, then I'll have a layover, I think like 3-hour layover, and then it'll be daytime at that point, and then I'll do that short flight. I can do a review of that. And then when I go from Barranquilla to Medellin, I'm going on Avianca, so I can do a review of that. And it's business class on both those flights, so I should be able to compare them, right? So yeah, I will do that, Vincent. That's a good video to do. So I will do a comparison between the two. Let's see. That guy, the best place to hide your money and card is under the drawer. Oh, that is a good place. Keep an envelope and tape it to under the drawers. Yeah, that's actually a really good tip, that guy. I didn't even really think about that. But hiding it under the drawers, yeah, just don't forget it. Just don't forget it when you leave. But yeah, that is a really good place. I generally don't carry that much cash on me, so I don't really have to like hide my cash, or I don't really feel the need to hide my cash. And I like to use my credit cards pretty much everywhere that I can, and just have a little bit of cash so I can use it for places where I can't use my credit card. But yeah, that's a good idea. Actually, that's going with me on this trip. That guy, that's a good one. Envelope underneath the drawer, and I will. I'll probably do a video about it because that's a really good one. Yeah, and I'll tell him I got this from that guy. They're gonna be what guy? James, what's going on? David, no me gusta Airbnb. Yeah, I like them though. I like Airbnb. I like what they can offer you, but there are some things that you need to kind of watch out for, and just be aware that people can be shady with Airbnb. Now, like I said, the super users are pretty good, or super hosts, I should say. They're pretty good because they know, like some people do it as a business, like, but they do it for the long haul. Some people are just getting out there just because they want to put some, they're doing it for the short haul. And people like that are just doing it for the short haul, they're just trying to get some money, some quick money, then they might do some shady stuff like that. But if I were the guy that got canceled on, I would definitely put that in as a comment and give it a bad rating and say, hey, look, they canceled on me a week before I was going on my trip. Okay, that guy, laptops and bigger flat things can also be hidden in under the bottom of most drawers. Pull the entire drawer out through the hole, the drawer back. Cleaners almost always never check. Those are good. So he's saying like that guy's just saying you can put even laptops and stuff like that underneath the drawer. Maybe like the bottom. I think he said the bottom drawer. Yeah, just pull it all the way out and just put it down on the floor and the carpet there, and then close it back up. Yeah, those are some pretty good tips. I don't really go that far. Usually, generally, this is the first time I'm staying at the Ibis Hotel. This is the first time I'm staying at kind of a more of a local brand hotel. Usually I'll stay at a Hyatt, or I'll stay at a Hilton, or I don't really stay at Marriott's, but I'll stay at a higher, a chain hotel. So for the most part, I've never really had an issue that I can think of. I can't think of any time someone's taken something from me at one of the maids or anything like that. So, but it is good to know, especially if you're in a different country. The whole money thing, yeah, I think that's definitely like the money and your credit card. That's a real good tip. And like I said, I will be taking that with me, and I'll be showing a video of how you should do that. So I'm gonna steal that from you, that guy. Hope you don't mind. Let's see, Kai. What's going on, Kai? Vincent, I'm going to Colombia this June, and it's cheaper using points for Avianca. Yeah, I'm actually, if you're using like the Ultimate Reward points, Copa and Avianca are both on there. Now, if you go and you're transferring your points directly to Avianca, when I say they're both on there, I mean, I booked mine through United, but you could transfer your points directly over to Avianca. I believe they're partners. You could transfer it directly to Avianca, and then go from there. And you probably will get a better deal. There was another guy, actually, we were talking with in the group, and this is a travel group, Columbia travel group that we have. They were talking. One of the guys was Ace. This is Ace Live on his channel. He was just talking about how Avianca, he was looking at it in Spanish, and he got quoted one price, and then when he went to English, they actually upped the price on him. And so then he went right back to Spanish, and he speaks some Spanish, so he went back to Spanish, and what he didn't understand, he just Google translated it and did the whole booking that way, and it was cheaper. And I think how much cheaper, I can't remember exactly how much cheaper it was, but it was significant. It was enough for him to go, I guess, enough for him to go back and get on Google's Translate just to figure out how much he would have to pay. So we'll see. But yeah, I'll do a review of Copa business class, and then a review of Avianca business class. And I'll have separate videos, and then I'll put a video together comparing the two. So let's see. Vincent. Or should I use more points for Copa? I appreciate it. So Vincent, Copa, I've only flown maybe a couple times, and it wasn't business class. It was like economy. I don't know what you're flying, but they were fine. I didn't have any issues with them at all. My preference, flying to Colombia, my preference is JetBlue. I just like JetBlue better, and I like the fact that you can do the even more seats. I don't know if Copa offers that. I don't remember the last time if they even had anything like that. But the even more seats, you can pay a little bit more, $45 or something each way. But it allows you to have more leg room. And so it's almost like, realistically, it's like business class, but the seats are just a little smaller, they don't have as much padding and all that. But it's kind of like a business class because you have the leg room, and that's the thing that I care about the most, is just the leg room. Okay, that guy Vincent, I fly Avianca fairly often on business and coach. It's very cheap to upgrade last minute. Okay, so that's that guy saying that. So, oh, yeah, Avianca might be a better option for you. Let's see, that guy, I'm planning to fly business on Avianca. I saw some availability for United, 35,000 points. Should I book it? Yeah, so when I booked mine, I was using United points as well. And I booked it a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, week and a half ago, something like that. And it was 35,000 for Copa. Avianca, I didn't see it available, but I saw it available on some flights, but the flight that I wanted was Copa, so that's why I went with Copa. So yeah, 35,000. That's kind of the going rate for a business class seat to Colombia. Okay, I would love to see that video. I'm gonna do it, that guy. I'm telling you, I will quote you, that guy. But yeah, I am gonna do it because I think it's something I never thought about, and that's one of one of my concerns and a lot of people's concerns is if you have like even valuables like your jewelry and stuff like that, if you don't want to carry it on. I don't even know why you would bring it if you're not comfortable carrying it. But credit cards, we all know credit cards, passports, things like that. That would be good to just have it in your room, hidden somewhere, just in case someone comes in there. And it might not even be the maid service. Let's say there have been situations where I've done this, and it's just one of those deals where you're like, how stupid am I? But you walk out of your room, and the door doesn't shut all the way, and it's cracked. And you go out for the day, and you come back, and your door's cracked. What? And then there you're going in there, you know, clearing out the room like you're a police officer or something, because you left the door open, and anyone can just walk in there. They see an opportunity, they walk in there, they take all your stuff. They're not going to be looking in there. They'll look in the drawer, but they're not going to look underneath the drawer. But they're going to look for small things that they can take. They're not going to be looking for the most part, they're not going to be looking for big stuff unless like they roll your whole suitcase out with all this stuff. Usually they're going to look for some small stuff they can just grab, stick in their pocket, and be on their way. So yeah, that's a real good tip. All right, that guy Vincent, which zones are you traveling? And are you booking through United because United website is typically more expensive? Now, is it? That's something I'm going to have to look into too. I just booked mine already, but I would think probably if you do go directly with Avianca or directly with Copa, you probably would get a better deal. But I'm curious now that you said that. I want to look and see what they have available because I didn't even really think about it when I booked. I just jumped in there. United, okay. And another thing too is I have the United card, and so I was all excited and get in there. And so yeah, I'd be interested to see how much if there's any difference as far as points to use. Let's see, James, David, have you checked into traveling to Costa Rica? I've never been there. Yes, I've gone to Costa Rica already, and Costa Rica. Let's see. I like Costa Rica. It's very tropical. You have some really nice landscapes to photograph. You have volcanoes. You have the rainforest. You have waterfalls. They have like this waterfall. What was the name of it? I can't remember the name of it, but it's this waterfall park. I guess it's a national park. I think it's a national park. But anyway, you pay, you go in there, and there's just these huge waterfalls. And I mean, there's one at the very top, and then it just kind of waterfall after waterfall. And so you walk down this whole little gauntlet, and it takes you all the way down to the bottom. But it's really nice. You'll get wet though. It's like it's like raining pretty much. It's so much water. But it's a good experience. And there's so much in Costa Rica to see, and you pretty much, when we went, we traveled the whole country. Costa Rica is not very big, so things are spread out there, and we traveled all over the country. But we got hooked up. We pretty much had we stayed in San Jose, and we stayed at a Hyatt place there, and great place. Like, this Hyatt place is worth staying. It's not like your 5-star, 4-star hotel, but it's clean. It's in a strip mall, so there's a McDonald's there. One thing about Costa Rica you have to understand is it's so Americanized, it's ridiculous. They have Applebee's, they have all the stuff that we have in America as far as food, like restaurants. They even have Popeye's chicken, if you guys are familiar with that place. I mean, there's areas in Southern California that don't have Popeye's chicken. Like, seriously, they have Popeye's chicken there. It's crazy. They have Hooters. They have a lot of different places. And the area where the Hyatt place was, it was like I said, it was a strip mall. Right across the street was Walmart, and then you have like all these restaurants and stuff right there. I mean, it's all in the Hyatt place is connected to this strip mall. And so when you walk in, you're actually walking in. It looks like you're just going into the strip mall, and then the hotel is a little, it's like, I don't know, maybe 6-7 stories, something like that. But it was a good setup. But when we got there, we were trying to find out what we were going to do, and they said, "Oh, we have these people that they do excursions, so it's a private company." And so we went out one day we did an excursion the next day, and we went out with one of the guys. And I always say this. Anytime I'm in a vehicle and I'm not driving the vehicle, I'm always sitting in the passenger seat, just to kind of get a feel for who's driving and all that. Plus, I have my camera gear a lot of times, so I want to like get footage, and it's easier for me if I'm sitting in the front to kind of peek out real quick and get some footage or take a picture. So anyway, we chatted this guy up he took us around to a couple of different places, and we chatted him up. And so then I worked out a deal with him on the way home. I was like, "Hey, we're photographers. We want to do this for the next, I think it was like the next 4 or 5 days. We want to go here, here, and here. How much would that cost?" And so he would quote us a price. We would haggle a little bit, and then we went with him. So he pretty much took us around the whole country. And it was, so the rest of the 4 days, we get up in the morning, go to like 3 or 4 different spots, come home, take a shower, and he was pretty much, I mean, it's sad to say, but I think the last 2 nights, he didn't go home. He stayed there and like slept in the car. So, and that's, I mean, he's making good money working with us, because we were giving him I think we were giving him like $100 a day. But yeah, that's how we did it. But Hyatt Place, I highly recommend that place. One good thing about Hyatt Place, free breakfast, and that's huge. So you go down, you get your free breakfast. I mean, for me, it's huge because I don't have to worry about like going and finding a restaurant in the morning so we can go get breakfast and then go on for the rest of the day. I like to be able to eat at the hotel and then get out for the whole day, maybe eat dinner later on, or eat a snack in between and then eat dinner later on. That's kind of the way that I like to do it. But yeah, Costa Rica is nice. It's a very nice country. The people aren't as friendly as they are in Colombia. That was just my experience. So that's why I'm telling you, Colombia, the people is why I keep going back to Colombia. I mean, the scenery is very nice, but the friendly people, and and just the vibe that you get when you're there, and everybody's laid back. Like there's no rushing. Well, when you're driving, yeah, they rush a little bit. People are just on it, like when they're driving. But everybody is pretty much laid back. Time is not an issue. In the U.S., time is a big deal, right? You shouldn't be late anywhere ever. Colombia, it's a little different. People are not very punctual. So, like our driver, when we were in Colombia, we had another driver in Colombia, and he was never on time to pick us up. And it became comical after a while. He's 20 minutes late, or he's 30 minutes late. Usually if he's later than 30 minutes, like just our experience, later than 30 minutes, he would call us and let us know, or he'd WhatsApp us, because they do WhatsApp there. That's like the big thing. So he'd leave us a message, like a voice message on WhatsApp. Oh, I'm in traffic. Yeah. So whatever. But we got used to it. And so, but yeah, they're not, time is not like as crucial as it is here. It's not, for them, it's not like disrespectful to show up late. Whereas in the US, we're pretty uptight. And so if someone shows up late, like it's a big deal. Like, you're late, you're wasting my time. But for them, it's not the same. Let's see. But yeah, Costa Rica, James, I would definitely go there. I would go there again, but right now I'm gonna kind of go to some other places first, and then I'll probably get back to Costa Rica. But one thing I didn't like I told you, it's very Americanized. I don't really like that. I like going to a country where I feel like I'm actually in another country. There are places in Costa Rica where you just feel like you're here in the U.S. because they have everything, and it's a developed country. So you're there, and infrastructure is good, and you go into some of these places, and you just feel like you're at home. You're looking at Applebee's across the street, and you're thinking, this is like home. And like Walmart's not everywhere, but they do have Walmart there. Like, they don't have Walmart in Colombia. They have Éxito. And I don't know if Éxitos, they might all be connected in some kind of way, but they definitely don't have Walmarts. Let's see. That guy. I've gotten a 78-200 taken out of my Pelican case and hotel while I was out. Ooh. All things are always locked now, and I don't trust too quickly anymore. Okay. Yeah, 78-200, that's probably, is that a Canon lens or was it the Sony? Because the Sony's even more expensive. Yeah, yeah, those are good points. I don't know. Like I said, I have it insured, so I definitely don't want to lose it or have someone take it from me, but there is a little bit of, what do you call it? It's insured, so I'm a little less stressed about it. Okay, Amex Business Gold, get 25% points back when you book with Amex Portal. Easier to use, laugh out loud. Yes, the portals are easier to use, but the value is in transferring your points. That's the way I see it. So the value is in transferring to the transfer partners. But if you're in a bind, Portal's always there. If you want, like, and I don't do this often enough, but check them both. Go on a Portal, see how many points it's going to cost you, and then go on to United or go on to whatever website, airline website, and then see how many points you need to use. Okay, Vincent, what's a good redemption rate for JetBlue? Have some thank you points available for transfer. Now, what are you transferring them at? Because I know, like, because Chase, you could transfer points to JetBlue as well, but it's like, is it 2-to-1 or the value's not as good? So I'd be interested to know that. Now, the last time that I went to Colombia using JetBlue, I believe it was 45,000 points. That's what I used. Yeah, you're gonna use some points there. So if you're only getting half back, like if you transfer 50,000, you're only getting 25. Yeah, I don't know if I would do that transfer. I would probably get the JetBlue card and get whatever that bonus is. But now that's flying out of the country, and they don't fly too many places out of the country. But if you're flying within the U.S., you can get some pretty good deals if you're doing like short haul flights, flying up to from Los Angeles to San Francisco or to Las Vegas. You can maximize your points that way. That's your best bet. But when you're flying out of the country, the few places that JetBlue flies, yeah, sometimes you're going to pay a little bit, or you're going to use some points to get there. Let's see, Vincent, I'm planning to use UR points. Okay. So, and you're in California. Okay. Yeah, the last time that I flew out there, it was like 45,000. That's how much I used. And so, yeah, that's that's where I am. Now, I like JetBlue, and just to kind of give you a comparison with United flying out there, you can do it for as low as 40,000 points. So 20,000 up, 20,000 back. So it is a little less. So if you're losing value on those points, I would really be apprehensive about using or transferring them there. Now, if you have thank you points, I don't know if Alaska's still, or well, Virgin America was a partner. I don't know if Alaska's now a partner with the thank you points. I haven't had the thank you points in a long time. But when I had them, I transferred them over to Alaska. And then you have more flexibility with Alaska because Alaska has transfer partners that they work with. So if you want to fly out of the country, you can use their transfer partners. Whereas JetBlue is a little different. They don't, to my knowledge, I don't think they have any transfer partner. Like if I wanted to fly to Thailand, I had JetBlue points. I couldn't go on JetBlue's website, say I want to fly to China, and then be able to get flights to come up. Let's see. So yeah, you'll just have to check. But if you're losing, if you're not getting 1-to-1, I really would strongly advise not doing it. So if you get 1-to-1, then transfer them. But if you're not getting 1-to-1, try to find a different way to work it out. Let's see, that guy. If you still have UR, then definitely compare the same flights, Avianca and United websites through points redemptions. Okay, Kai, Popeyes under the same company as Burger King. They are all over. Okay, they're not all over in Southern California though. I mean, they're more and more, but like they're not all over. Like all over to me is KFC. KFC is all over. Like as far as in the U.S. and outside of the U.S., you see them everywhere. I went to China. I was in the airport, and they have Kentucky Fried Chicken, and I'm thinking, it wasn't the KFC is not it wasn't in English. It was in Chinese, and so I'm looking at this building or not building. I was in the airport, so I'm looking at the little storefront, and I'm thinking this looks familiar, but is this? Yeah, this is KFC. So, and then same thing with Pizza Hut. They had Pizza Hut there too. And they had the Pizza Hut, the little hat, but it wasn't in the Pizza Hut was in Chinese. But I knew what it was because of the Pizza Hut hat, the logo. Okay. Yeah, so I don't know of them being everywhere, but I have never seen a Popeyes in Colombia. And the first Popeyes that I've seen outside of the country, of the U.S., was in Costa Rica. And the food was not the same. Not the same. Not as good as it is here. I don't know what they did. I don't know what the biscuits were like. You know, the biscuits are a little strange anyway. The Popeye biscuits are like thick and heavy. The biscuits were really small, and they were very like just, it was like an arepa. If you've ever had an arepa, it was like that. It was like hard and it was like, it wasn't good. All right. Kai. Yep, they are. Better deal with business platinum flights. Good way for airline promotions for transfers. Because you get some more points, but then it depends on the schedule. Okay. At this time, it's too early, late, on time, and 2 hours late. Just culturally fine. Okay, so that guy's just talking about the being late. Yeah, it's not a big deal in Colombia, and I don't know. Maybe other countries are probably the same way, but I think us Americans, we focus on time a lot more than other people do. They're just, there's no rush. Like even in Hawaii, like if you stay in a smaller island, like I stay in Kauai a lot, and the same thing, no worries, no problem, just relax. There's no rush, and I like that. I actually like that vibe because it's not like we're constantly, oh, I gotta get out of here. I gotta get to work on time. And these are things that you should get to work on time. Don't get me wrong, but we're very time conscious. Whereas in other countries, they're not like that. They're just, hey, it'll get done. We'll get there. If we're 10 minutes late, we're 10 minutes late. Like if I'm 10 minutes late, I'm all like stressed out. Like, oh my God, I'm 10 minutes late. How can I do this? I'm calling up to the person, just letting them know, hey, I'll be right there. There's an accident on the freeway and this and that and this. But with them, 10 minutes late, that's like you're and everybody does it. So I guess it's kind of like, okay, I'll meet you at 6, and they're both late. So they both get there at 6:15 and they're there on time. They're there at the same time. Yeah, let's see. I'm looking for quantity instead of quality. Okay, what are you guys talking about? Yeah, Canon IS. Okay, yeah, it was the Canon. So the image, okay, so the IS, the Mark II. Yeah, that's a big one. 2500, 2600. Yeah, that's ugh. That guy. Yeah, insurance is good after the fact, but it sucks if you have to tell. Oh, yeah, that would suck. To tell a client they need to look for the nearest camera store. Yeah, I hear you on that one. So if you have camera equipment and you have a gig that you're shooting and they steal your equipment, and now you have to try to figure out how to how to go buy that lens again, which in certain countries they won't have it. I know, like I was shocked. In Thailand, I would think in Thailand they'd be pretty up on the electronics. No, I mean we went to a camera store. What did I do? I lost. Oh, I have a Canon Canon um, A7R3. So one thing I didn't realize when I switched, because I switched from Canon does make better bodies. Like their cameras are solid, they're weather sealed. Sony, not so much. And I learned that the hard way because I was in a canoe and it kind of rocked over to the side. We didn't go in the water, but it rocked over to the side and the water came up and got all over my camera. And so it messed up some stuff. Like, and it works fine. Like I haven't had any issues since this happened. But when it initially happened, yeah, my camera started like acting up, where it was telling me that there was there was a device that was hooked up that wasn't proprietary. It was like the device didn't recognize or something like that, and it kept saying that. So I tried to take a picture and it would tell me the device didn't recognize. And so now I'm all like just bummed. I'm in Thailand, we're halfway through our trip, and I'm thinking, what am I going to do? I got this camera and there's issues with it. And so I couldn't figure out what it was. Got on YouTube, good old YouTube, got on YouTube, and I was able to kind of narrow it down. Okay, it's not, I thought it was like the lens connections because it got wet. Wasn't the lens connections. It was the hot shoe. So on the hot shoe with like Sony, you have a different type of hot shoe, and it has like these different little plugs in there. Well, you're supposed to keep that covered. There's a little plastic piece that I threw away as soon as I got the camera because I didn't think I needed it. But you're supposed to keep that covered on there. It's kind of annoying too because you keep it covered, but when you take it off, you would need to take it off if you're going to put anything in that hot shoe mount. And so anyway, I was looking to see if I could find one of those. So I went to one of the camera shops. Nice big mall that they have in Thailand in Phuket, right on Bangalore Road. And yeah, they didn't have it obviously, but they didn't even have they didn't even have the Sonys. Like the Sony A7R2, I think they had. So they didn't have the A7R3. They didn't have anything modern. Like all the cameras that they had in there were at least a year and a half old. So I was shocked. I'm like, wow, and they were very expensive. They weren't cheap, which I expected them to be expensive just because. But yeah, that was kind of depressing. So I can imagine if you're in another country and you lose something and you have to replace it for a gig, yeah, that's going to be pretty tough to do. Let's see, I've been playing around. Not to mention coming back through customs. Depending on how much you spend, coming back through customs might be an issue. Because you have to declare that, and they might think, oh, well, yeah, I don't even know how that all works, because I've never declared anything that was expensive. But I have heard of people say that you have to pay like something, taxes or whatever, because you're bringing it back. They're thinking you're buying it there because it's cheaper, and then bringing it back to the States. You're bypassing the fees and stuff, taxes or whatever that you would have to pay on it if you just bought it in the States. Okay, let's see. I've been around Google Flights. I might buy this Phoenix to New York, 12 hours later New York to Dubai to Sydney, Sydney to Hawaii, 23-hour layover and back to Phoenix. Wow. That's a lot of flying. Now you're doing, why are you doing this? You trying to do like a, what do they call those? Oh God, I can't think of the word now. Like a status run or like a, I can't think of the name. Let's see. Okay, David, so you're gonna do it in 10 days. That would be nice though. That'd be a very interesting flight. Let's see. No Nikon. No Nikon. Yeah, if I find the camera or less overseas, it's almost 50% more due to taxes, fees on the top, along with the seller profile or profit in Brazil. 8,000. Oh my God. Wow, that's crazy. Mileage run. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about. Yeah, thanks, David. Mileage run. So yeah, things are more expensive. Another thing too to think about, like, and I'm only going to tell you this because my buddy experienced this. He has this like a sleep apnea machine, and he takes it when he travels, and it's a good thing he takes it. I mean, he can sleep better with it, and like now we always get separate like rooms. So if we get an Airbnb, obviously we'll get two bedrooms. But if we're like doing the hotels, I have one hotel. He can get the suite on the other side because he snores really loud. But he has a sleep apnea machine that he brings now, so it's a lot better. So if we're in a pinch, yeah, we can stay in the same hotel room. But he forgot the little cord. There's some kind of cord that he needed in order to hook the thing up. So he forgot that at home. And so we're in Thailand, and you know, Amazon's not in Thailand, but he went around like the first couple of days. He's going around to all these different pharmacies looking for this little device, but he couldn't find it anywhere. I don't even know if they had like sleep apnea machines. And so I said, why don't you look on Amazon and see if they can deliver it? Like, see, they're third-party deliverers, but so just so you know, like there's third-party deliverers, even though Amazon's not in the country. They'll, like, from Amazon will mail it to Florida. I'm just giving you an example. Well, I guess it would be the other. They'd mail it to California, and then from there would be a company that's what they do. They do the transport out of the country. And so that's what he did. He got on Amazon. He had to pay, like, the device only costs under $10. To get it to him, he had to pay $30 extra just to get it to him. But he needed it. So he got it there. I think he got it like within 2 days. I think they told him 3 days, but he got it within 2 days. So if you are in another country and you do need something and it's something that you have to have, there is that opportunity. You can check on Amazon and put in where you need it to go and see if it will allow you to do that. And like I said, they're third-party companies. That's what they do. They will ship. I know Colombia is the same way. Colombia has these third-party companies that they'll ship it out to Florida, and then this company will take over, and then they will send it out to you. So I mean, the reason why, like, especially with Colombia, I do want to spend some time in Colombia. like when I retire, I'm going to be spending months and months out there. So one of the things I love is I love Amazon. As far as for gear, camera gear, stuff like that, Amazon is my go-to place, because there are a lot of different things that you can't find. I can't find in a regular camera shop. So that's why I use Amazon. So just so you guys know that, yeah, a lot of places you can get stuff on Amazon. And it's funny because my buddy's first 2 days walking around looking for all this stuff, and I just happened to say, hey, have you checked Amazon? It's like, oh, I don't think they deliver out here. So he gets on there and checks. Sure enough, you can get it. You just need to pay a little more, but you can still get it. Okay, what's going on? Any idea on how to get SAS points in the U.S.? No, I don't know how to get SAS points in the U.S. Yeah, I don't. Where did you want to fly to? Why don't you let us know that? And let's see. Best Buy for window shopping and check out Amazon cart before leaving Best Buy. Yeah. Best Buy is they're doing a pretty good job of, they have some pretty good deals. Like I got this Osmo Pocket thing, and I got it on Best Buy. Or I said got it on Best Buy because I got it online and then went and picked it up that same day, which was great. But I didn't want to wait. And like Amazon, the Osmo Pocket, I think they released it December 15th or something like that. I can't remember the exact date, but I think it was around there. And I was going to wait and just get it on Amazon, have them ship it to me in 2 days. But then it came available. I think it came available like a day or maybe even 2 days early on Best Buy. And I happened just to go on the website. I very rarely buy things on Best Buy, at Best Buy. Like I'll buy computers there, but I don't buy like my camera equipment there. But I happened just to go on there, and it was saying that you can purchase it online and pick it up in the store an hour later. And so the funny thing is there was a list of all the stores in my area, and there was like 10 different stores. And it showed if they were available or if they were no longer available or coming soon, all that stuff. And so I'm looking at them. I hit refresh. It was just like kind of about a 10-minute time period. And the two that were close to me, there's 3 that were close to me, but the 2 other ones that were close to me, it went from available to no longer available. And so that's when I said, oh, and I jumped on it. I'm at work and I jumped on it. And then, yeah, an hour later, I was able to get it at Best Buy. And it was a day or 2 before the actual release date. Okay, what else did we say? Best Buy. To your point, David, Amex transfer partners, mostly one-to-one, doesn't see the value plus cash for taxes. Okay. That guy. Okay. Scandinavia. Best Buy is great because the same day pickup and nice reward program. Yes, I agree. And then if you use a portal, I don't know if that's what you're talking about, but using a portal. So using like the Ultimate Rewards portal, go to Best Buy through that portal, make your purchase, and then pick it up an hour later, and you're going to get an extra, 2 points for every dollar that you spend, plus whatever you can get with your card, which is usually, most cards is usually 1 point per dollar, but that's still 3 points per dollar just by going through the portal, the online portal. Okay, yes, Best Buy is now price matching Amazon too. Oh, I didn't know they were price matching. Yeah, that's good. That's actually good. They have to. I mean, you see these stores like going under because of Amazon. Amazon is killing a lot of these stores, like Sears and Toys R Us, and you see all these different stores. They can't compete. They have that high overhead because they have the actual retail store, and Amazon is just, it has so many people that are just ordering Amazon. Like I pretty much order all my stuff on Amazon. I even got bad and started ordering groceries. I stopped doing that because I preferred going to the grocery store, But at one time, I was like, I want to try it. I want to see what it's all about. And I'm ordering groceries on Amazon. So, yeah. Let's see. Amazon Prime Video sucks. There are a couple good shows on Amazon Prime Video. What's that? What's that guy's name? Sneaky Pete. I like that. Sneaky Pete was pretty good as a series. But Netflix is far better when it comes to their series. But Amazon has a couple. Let's see. Only sell by Amazon. See, I'm looking for SAS points to fly to Scandinavia in sad business. Consider one of the best in Europe. Oh, okay. Who is their partner? Do you know? So I've never flown to Scandinavia. Let's see, SAS. Just give me 1 second. I just want to see who their partners are. Okay, so they're Star Alliance, so they're United. You can just try to go on United first and try to book. You said you wanted to fly to Scandinavia, so you pull it up. So just pull it up and see go to United, pull it up and see what happens. And you might be able to just book it right through United. Now, I don't know if you're going to get the best value there. You might be able, I don't know if you're able to transfer directly to SAS. But I would try United first. Just go on there and see if there's see what comes up as far as availability. And then go from there. Yeah, Star Alliance. You said Star Alliance? So I would imagine you probably already tried then with United. And because your question was what's the point you make transfer partners mostly one-to-one. Let's see I can't remember your exact question. I'm sorry. I'm trying to help you out, buddy, but I can't remember what you said. Yeah, I don't see it. Where did it go? Any idea how to get SAS points in the USA? So you're talking about how to earn SAS points when you're in the US. Yeah, I don't know. If it's a part of the Star Alliance, you can still use those points from the Ultimate Rewards program through United to book. Now, I don't know if you can do a direct transfer. I haven't even checked, when your Ultimate Rewards section, it'll show you the different partners that you can directly transfer your points over to. But you can still use United. You should still be able to use United to fly to Scandinavia, and then when you book it, when you put it in there, it should give you some SAS flights. Thanks. But was curious if there was a co-branded CC for SAS, so I don't have to use a sign-up, or so I can use a sign-up bonus. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I do not know. Do they even have a credit card? And if so, are you able to get it? Let's see, SAS. Yeah, I don't even see a travel card. Okay, so alternatives. Yeah, I don't see a card. Actually, that was an ad that I clicked on. Travel Pass. Yeah, I don't really see a card with them. Yeah, sorry I couldn't help you with that. And it's probably, even if it's a card, it's probably not a card that you can get in the US, which that's what your question was. Yeah, sorry about that. And thank you for the kind words. I appreciate that, man. All right, so I'm gonna get out of here. I just wanted to jump on there. So if you guys are interested in going to Iceland, there's some pretty good deals going on, and this is probably something I'll consider next year, paying for a flight. But like I said, it'll be just the information that you guys gave me helped me out a lot when it comes to how much it costs to like for dinner and for food and for hotel and all that. So this is probably one of those places where I would go and spend 2-3 days and just go out and take pictures of the landscapes, but not just spend a bunch of time there, like a 7-day trip there. I'd go somewhere else, and then on my way back, head out to Iceland for 2 or 3 days and then come home. So, all right, good night, David. And let's see, anything else? One more question. What can be redeemed on Barclays as travel? What do you mean, what can be, one question, what can be redeemed on Barclays as travel? I don't know what Barclays card you're referring to. If you give me a little more information, I can pull it up for you real quick. But yeah, like I said, every Sunday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, we'll do a live stream. I'll be in Colombia this Sunday. I know I keep saying that, but I'm really excited about it, so that's why I'm saying it. This Sunday, I will pull up a live stream. I'll just have to figure out the whole logistics. The big thing is the internet. The internet is the big thing. It's funny, I was in Las Vegas, and I was trying to just set up a live stream, and it was a terrible connection at the hotel. And so that really is what is going to determine how I do my streams. The one good thing is there's internet everywhere in Colombia, like all the restaurants, all that. So at the very least, I can pull up my phone and do a live stream that way if I really have to. But yeah, I had some issues. Just you have to understand, I haven't been live streaming very long, a couple months, and I've always done it at home. Like I've never live streamed out somewhere. So my internet at home is fine. Like I don't have any issues. Or at least I shouldn't say any issues. I don't have very many issues when I'm out, when I'm here. But I do notice that you do need a pretty good internet connection in order to do a good quality stream. So that's just something that I'm going to have to figure out. All right, let's see. But like I said, worst case scenario, I'll still be up there. I'll at least let you guys know, hey, things are great. I will be putting out videos, like not live streams, but regular videos. I'll be putting those together, so please stop by and check those out. If you guys are in here right now, before we go, just hit the like button so we can get the video on the right track. Because once I end it, even when I'm on, when you guys are hitting the like button, Google is promoting it more. So even when I leave, if you guys hit the like button, it's going to promote it for people who don't get to see it as a live stream. Okay, we got a few more questions here, so let's answer those. Enjoy your trip. Thank you, David. I will. Kai, Arrival Plus. So let's see. Do a drunk live stream in Colombia. No, Clintus, I'm not going to do a drunk live stream. No. I don't even plan to get drunk. Like, I'll drink a little, but that's one of the no-nos. Don't get drunk in a foreign country. That's when you forget stuff, and yeah, you leave your phone on the table, and it's just not, it's a disaster. Okay, the Barclay Arrival Plus got 95,000. Wow, that's good. And your question was 144p live stream. Oh God, that'd be horrible. Yeah, that would be bad. But let me know, like, if I am in Colombia and you guys see the stream and you're like, it's all shaky, I don't know what's going on, let me know. That way I can at least maybe stop it and move somewhere else or make some changes. No transfer partners at all. That's what Kai's saying. So Kai might have answered your question, Maine, as far as transfer partners. But how do I redeem them? So let's pull this up real quick, because I do not have Barclay cards. And you got 95,000 bonus points? That's really good. Unearned, let's see. Okay. So is this the card that you're referring to, I think? I hope. Okay. Earn 70,000 bonus points. Get 5% back miles. Redeem miles for travel, cashback. For travel or cashback. So what are so they don't have partners? What can I redeem my miles for? Redeem your miles for travel and cashback. Gift cards, merchandise, travel statement, credits. Oh, okay. Yeah, so transfer, it's, yeah, they don't have transfer partners. So you can do it as a statement of credit. So 10,000 miles is equal to $100. So that's pretty much all you have with that card. So if you have 95,000 points, that's $950. So that's good. uh, what did I miss here? Just don't wake up in a different country. Yeah, let's hope not. Yeah. All right. Thanks, that guy. Like I said, I'm doing that video. I'll put it out. That guy showed me this. All right. Yes. Kai, work like old venture points. Yeah. So mean, yeah, it looks like it's just kind of like a statement of credit. So you're not going to be able to use it, but you're getting 95,000 points. So or if you have them already, you have 95,000 points. That's $950. So that's a good statement of credit. I mean, you can get a good ticket there somewhere, a few tickets if you really stretch them. But yeah, you don't have any transfer partners, and that's something that for me, that's what I look for when it comes to a card. I look for the transfer partners. I'm not really concerned too much about. Well, I am concerned with the sign-up bonus. I want a good sign-up bonus. I think we all do, but I always look for the transfer partners. Do they have transfer partners, or is this just like a cashback card that doesn't really allow me that flexibility? The transfer partners are huge for me when I travel because I like to try to fly business class if I can possibly, or first class if I can. So that's why I like to use the transfer partners. As well as, let's say you get a card, like I just got the United card. So once I hit the bonus on that, it's a business card. I get the 75,000 bonus points with the sign up. And then I have the Ultimate Rewards program set up. So now I can kind of transfer more points in. So let's say I want to fly first class somewhere and it's going to cost 90,000 points. But I have 75,000 points in the account already. Well, I just transfer 15,000 more over into United. So you can kind of work those together. But the transfer partners that's the way that you want to go if at all possible. But this card, yeah, it looks like you don't get that benefit. Yeah. And it's unlimited 2 times miles on all purchases. So yeah, this is kind of like the venture card. Kai is right. Let's see, that guy I'm thinking of getting the venture for the hotels.com perk, but not sure how long I can get good use of that. Yeah, I'm a little bitter about hotels.com right now just because of that whole, and I talked about it yesterday or day before yesterday, the way they do the hotel, like to make a change. Now, I don't know if it's all the hotels, but I'll just go over it really quickly with you guys, just for those of you who didn't hear it when I said it before. But basically, I got on hotels.com. I booked a hotel, and I very rarely ever do this. I usually book directly with the hotel. I highly recommend doing that. But in this situation, I just got on there, and hotels.com, that sounds good. I didn't know what hotels were in the area. That's one thing. And so when I got on there, then I started seeing the different hotels, and it was a good price. It was like $114 a night. I booked it. I booked it for 7 nights, not knowing at the time. I always book my hotel first because I can cancel at any time before I go. And I always try to do that. Like the non-refundables, I really shy away from those. Those aren't really a good thing to do. But I was in a situation where I booked it on Hotels.com, 7 days, $114 a night, and I didn't know how long I was going to be staying in Barranquilla. However, once I booked my airfare, then I realized, yeah, you know what, I want to go to Medellin as well. So I was going to Medellin, so I was only going to be in Barranquilla for 4 days. So I wanted to cancel the 3 days. So when I tried to adjust my booking, I moved it back so I would be leaving on the 6th instead of leaving on the 9th. Well, what happened is the going rate is what I was getting then at that time. So although and they already took my money too. When I booked it, they took my money. It was $800. They took it out right away. And so, but it was still a free cancellation. So they would just credit my account. So when I went to change it, instead of $114 a night, they bumped it up to $185 a night. And so now, if I wanted to stay 4 days, it was going to cost me $700 and something. If I wanted to stay 7 days, it was the old thing. It would only cost me $800, which was already out of my account. And so at that point, I'm thinking, this is ridiculous. I'm not going to stay here. I got so frustrated that I started looking at other hotels because I was like, they're not even letting me get out of this. In a normal situation, if you book directly with the hotel and you tell me you want to stay from this time period to this time period, and then you say, oh, you know what, I'm still going to stay, but I'm only going to stay 4 days, not 7, they're going to give you those 4 days, and they're not going to bump the price up to whatever the going rate is at that time. So that really rubbed me wrong, and that got me to the point where it's like, you know, I don't need to book hotels. Like I didn't need to book it when I did. So, yeah. That's my story. You guys got me all steaming now about that again. It's over with. I canceled it. You could do the full you can do I had the free cancellation, so I went ahead and canceled it. They credited my account, and then I went and I booked a room somewhere else. So we'll see how this hotel is. I was staying at a Hilton Garden Inn. That's the one I booked on Hotels.com. So now I'm staying at a local Ibis hotel. Looks nice in the pictures. The food actually looked really nice in the pictures, but we're going to have to see what the hotel's all about. I will do a full review and put it on the stream. I'll make a video of it and put it on my channel so you guys can see this Ibis hotel. I mean, it looks nice from the outside. The inside, the lobby looked nice. The rooms look decent. But yeah, we'll have to see. I've had only one other experience in Colombia where I booked like a local hotel, and that was a disaster. Yeah, it wasn't up to code. Let's just say that. They had blackouts. At least we were there for 6 days. At least 3 of those days we had the power outage, and one of the days it was out all day. I mean, it was horrible. Like, it was out until at nighttime. I think they got it back on. But and I was in Cartagena. When you're in Cartagena, it's hot, it's humid. Yeah, you need AC, and they didn't have it. They didn't have any power until the night. So yeah, it was pretty bad. Okay, Braveheart, what's going on? Let's see. Yeah, right. I think partners as well. That guy get the venture, and if you're necessarily downgrading to Quicksilver. Let's see. Make sure to enjoy the sign-up bonus. Yeah, definitely enjoy that sign-up bonus. I think you're talking about the 95,000, or are you talking about the venture sign-up bonus? Let's see. Hotels.com is a clumsy site. Yeah, they're interesting. And I never had any issues with Hotels.com before, but that's something that's not acceptable for me ever when I'm booking a room. I never want to have to deal with that. Like, whatever I get that rate for, you should honor that, even though I'm making a change. Yeah, and I'm sure it's in the fine print somewhere, and I didn't see it, but it's not something that I would normally even think about. Like, it didn't even cross my mind. I see free cancellation. I think I have free cancellation, and you can make adjustments. I'm thinking I can make adjustments, and it's not going to affect the price. But yeah, that was ridiculous. And there was that, like I said, it was at one point I was just thinking, well, I'll still leave. I'll still only stay 4 days, and I'll just leave, but I'll have those extra 3 days just like for nothing. Because it was so frustrating to me. I was going to save $65 if I made the changes to only stay 4 nights. I'm going to save $65. Yeah, it did. It was horrible. All right. We got a lot of stuff going on here, so let me finish off with some of these. With Amex, what cards do you have over 30,000 with? Okay, what are you guys talking about here? I'm thinking, wait, hold on. Rejected on an Amex everyday card. Damn, that's awful. How? Okay, what did I miss here? I got rejected. So, Braveheart, you tried to get a Amex everyday card and they rejected you? Let's see, Braveheart, what happened? Using Amex referral code. Okay. Rejected everyday card. Damn, that's awful. How? I think it's because I already have over 30,000 in credit. Over 30,000 in credit outstanding, or you actually have like yeah, because 30,000, are you talking about like your credit limit, like you have over 30,000? Because that's really not that bad. I mean, that's the more credit, it's credit to debt ratio, like the more credit you have available. Now, if if you're saying 30,000, that's how much money you have, like, in credit, in your credit cards right now, then that's different. But if you have a large amount of credit available to you, that's actually a plus. So I don't think they would ding you from that. But if you have, like, if you owe 30,000 on credit, then yeah, that might be a little different. Sorry to hear that, Braveheart. Did you try the reconsideration? Yeah, and that's what I would advise too. That guy brings up a good point. Braveheart, if you get rejected, and how did you get rejected? What did they say? When was it a pending, or was it just a flat out no? You can always call the reconsideration line and just ask them, is there any other information that I can give you? And they'll look at it. And then I would go so far as saying, how can I get the card in the future? Like, what's the reason why I can't get the card now? And maybe they can give you some more information. And it'll just help you out for future, so you'll know kind of what you can do. I didn't yet. I'm off tomorrow, so I'll call. Yeah, Braveheart, call and find out. Let us know too, like, your experience, because it would help a lot of other people too, because we get rejected sometimes. It's just the way things are. And sometimes there's situations where it's just they need something. They need more information, or you filled something out wrong and it automatically just kicked it to pending, or kicked it to not accepting you. Okay. Let's see. American Express, that guy. All right. So there's a link that that guy just put out here for you guys. Let's see. Chase. That link will tell you the now reason. Okay, that's good. Hotels.com, third-party bookings are never worth it. So that's David saying that as far as the third-party bookings. Yeah, and I generally don't do it. That was totally my fault for getting on. And the thing is, once I get on there, and in my head, when I'm thinking, like I said this, I wanted to find out what hotels were in the area. I knew there wasn't a Hyatt, so that wasn't even a question in my head. But once I saw the different hotels, and then I saw Hilton Garden Inn, I should have gone right to the Hilton website and booked it through them. Because booking it through them, then I'm getting points. Like, I'm using my hotel stay card, like, not card, but like I'm in their little program, and so I would get points for that. And yeah, I did that wrong, and yeah. Don't know what I was thinking. And at the time when I booked it, honestly, I was just kind of thinking, because it was in my head, oh, there's Carnival at that time. And I just gotten into this travel group, this little travel group thing that we had going. and people were going, and then I said, you know what, let me just get a room so I at least know that I have a place to stay, and then I'll work on the details later. And so I wasn't even really thinking like, oh, you know what, maybe I should go directly to Hilton instead of doing what I did. Okay, Braveheart, your credit limit with other issuers doesn't have anything to do with it. Okay, uh, Capital One, pull for all bureaus, which is another turnoff. Yeah, that is true. Capital One does pull from all three uh, bureaus. So yeah, that can, you'll probably get a more of a dip in your credit. Like you'll get a dip anyway when you get a credit card. When they pull that, when they do that pull, that hard pull, you're gonna get a dip, but it'll dip, and then 2 or 3 months later, it's gonna jump back up. As a matter of fact, I got a card. The last card that I got, I had a dip. It was about 6 points, and that lasted. It lasted like a month, maybe a month and a half, and it just went back up because I have the little credit checker, so it'll tell me anytime it moves. Is there any turn-ons for Capital One? Well, the venture card, David's asking, are there any like turn-ons, like good things about Capital One? That venture card is good with the transfer partners now, so that's something to consider. Braveheart, yep, I got rejected again. You got rejected again. Let's see. I thought I was at the very bottom here. Where are we? Okay, so Braveheart says pending. Yes, I would call them Braveheart. If it's saying pending, call them. Be nice. Just say, hey, I'm just calling. I applied for a credit card yesterday or a couple days ago, and I was just wondering if you needed any other information. And they'll say, let me check, and they'll go in there, and hopefully it's just one of those issues where they just needed more clarification, and then you can just go from there. My first card was from Capital One. I got approved $4,000 without any credit history. Okay, that guy always drops knowledge. Yeah, that guy is really good. He does drop a lot of knowledge. Let's see, Braveheart, nice. Kai, 35,000. The Amex triggering financial review. I will call tomorrow and see. Okay, good to know, Kai. Thanks, guys. Yeah, Braveheart, do that. And I'd like to know, like, the next time we do a live stream, when you come in, just let me know how that went. I'm just curious, just so, and it can help other people too, because, like I said, we all go to that pending. I've gone to the pending twice with business cards, and it was easy. Like, it was an easy fix. It wasn't that pending. Basically, all I did was call, tell them if there's any, or ask them if there's anything any other information that they needed. In one case, they asked me a few questions. In the other case, they said, just hold on. They went and did whatever they did and came back 2 minutes later, and I got approved for both of them. So a lot of situations that they just need a little additional information. Okay, a payment isn't due. Let's see. Capital One triple credit check is annoying, especially if you don't have a long history. It was odd. They shut off all 7 of my Amex cards. Oh wow, the percentage charged based on city income and revenue for Amex, David. Okay, Braveheart. Wow, I charge 5,000 to 7,000 a week on mine, but also pay every 2 to 3 days. So I almost never have a balance. Charge cards. Okay, and that's the way to go. You never want to carry a balance. Pay it all off. Let's see. I charge about 1/5 of my total financial assets. The total Amex out. I will definitely let you guys know. Okay, thanks, Braveheart. I appreciate that. That's fairly reasonable about your personal utilization. Did you get higher than 20 and 30%? Yeah, Braveheart, let me know. Okay. All right. Just got rejected for Barclays Aviator business card. Kai, when did that happen? Like right now? When you're on the live stream? But like we just looked at the Aviator. Well, that was the Aviator. Okay, it's a different card. I was looking at the Arrival. Yeah, so let me know. definitely let me know. And if you guys do have issues, good stories, bad stories, share them with me. Share them with the group, I mean, when I say with me. So just we can talk about it in the chat. Not today. I want to get out of here, but when we come back, we can talk about that kind of stuff. And I'll share my experiences with you. Like if I like I said, if I go to pending or that kind of stuff, I will share that stuff with you guys, just to help, because a lot of people won't go through those extra steps of calling the reconsideration line. A lot of people don't even know about a reconsideration line, and it can save you some time. So you don't have to wait the 30 days for them to give you a written notice. You can call and then maybe be able to know a little bit faster. Okay. All right, guys. So I'm going to get out of here. I appreciate you guys all stopping by. And like I said, whenever there's some deals and stuff like that I think you guys would want to know about, I am going to jump on and do a live stream and just share that information with you guys. So please hit the like button if you're in here right now. Please subscribe to the channel if you're new. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye.